EDC Las Vegas 2025. Circuit grounds goes dark. Two kids from San Diego step up onto a 360-degree platform in the middle of over 40,000 people. The first drop hits and the field packed shoulder to shoulder, screaming, crying, smiling all at once. This isn't mainstream pop. This isn't even house. It's heavier, faster, and it feels personal. Trap isn't kept on the side anymore. It's literally on a floating platform at EDC, surrounded on all sides. Trap is back and dead center again. But this chaos didn't come out of nowhere. To see why 808s are back and what pushed them out, we're gonna have to rewind to the first takeover. Trap didn't creep into raves. It crashed in straight from hip-hop. The toolkit came from southern rap, 808s that shook your chest, fast hi-hats, and horns and sirens. When Rusty and Hudson Mohawk started playing Lex Luger in his sets, that's when hip-hop's trap sound jumped in EDM sets. And the track that started it all was the original Don Flosstradamus remix.
We combined house music synths with like trap drums, and then that's kind of what birthed the trap movement for us.
If you're to act, don't play after Flosstradamus. That's really hard.
This one touring platform poured gas on it. Mad Decent Block Party. It was the moving lab where trap, moombahton, and bass experiments met crowds city to city. Think early looks for Floss, Nightmare, 4B, and a launchpad for new blends.
I think it's important to take a lot of the acts that we have and just let people see these artists and get a connection with them.
Then came the viral spark. In February 2013, Baauer's Harlem Shake debuted at #1 on the Hot 100, largely off YouTube. 103 million weekly video plays the very week Billboard began counting streams. One bass record proved a meme could hijack the charts. And then, festivals moved fast. Ultra Miami that year literally built a trapped setup with Flosstradamus, Baauer, and Uzi blasting 808s all day. Hard that summer booked Tonight and a ton more bass acts. And Tomorrowland added a dedicated trap stage. Basement sounds with primetime real estate. And as trap flooded the main stages, new lanes started to branch out. Hybrid trap was born with artists like Boombox Cartel and Nightmare. Think pretty intros, then hard drops.
The blend of trap music and future bass and a little bit of dubstep too with some of the heavier sound design. Like that's Boombox Cartel to me, right? And at the very, very beginning of that stage of that sort of genre becoming, and I would say it's hybrid trap, but it's the Boombox hybrid trap, you know?
And then twerk trap blew up through Party Favor and Dylan Francis. Booty poppin', party weapons built to shake clubs and college crowds. And then there was Alison Wonderland.
I think I've seen her grow as an artist into someone that has really pooled together all of their talents. She's a classically trained cellist, and she sang, and she's been a DJ for a really long time, and these three separate worlds that now have all come together in this like amazing thing.
She made trap her own, vocals, production, performance, in a world where women were almost never center stage.
Back then, being a girl, there wasn't really anyone doing what I was doing.
There was a macho scene of guys and girls just weren't involved.
I remember feeling very, very inadequate.
She was writing, singing, and producing her own drops. And because of that, she earned the title of Trap Queen, headlining festivals worldwide and paving the way for a new generation of female artists. See, all of these artists were part of the Mad Decent ecosystem somehow, whether they were dropping bangers through the label, officially signed, or brought on tour for the block parties. For a few years, Mad Decent was a hub where trap producers and crossover stars collided. And that crossover wasn't just on festival flyers, it started hitting records. The EDM and rap crossover hit the studio too. No remixes, real releases. Flosstradamus and Waka Flocka's Too Turned Up hit the following year in 2014. R.O. Grime linked Big Sean for Kingpin, and DJ Snake and Lil Jon's Turn Down for What turned trap songs into a pop culture moment. We also got Higher Ground by Tonight and Dum De Dum by Keys and Crates. Well, that one went gold. The list just goes on. 808s took over the festival, and Yellow Claw, Grand Theft, Bro Safari, well, they all took the main stage. It felt raw, even on the big stages. SoundCloud IDs, siren leads, mosh pits, warehouse attitude on festival speakers. For a minute, Nothing felt bigger than a trap drop, but the center didn't hold. Here's how the mood shifted. Between 2016 and 2019, mainstages leaned melodic, Millennium, Seven Lions, Slander, while pop-leaning dance music held the charts. Streaming pushed the center toward mid-tempo sing-along anthems, the kind that fits any playlist. Think the Chainsmokers and Halsey's Closer, Zedd and Maren Morris's The Middle, DJ Snake and Justin Bieber's Let Me Love You. Easy to loop, easy to replay, while darker trap was a tougher pitch for radio and daytime festival slots. Trap didn't die, it just moved. And where it moved is where the rebuild starts. While festivals played it safe, LA-based events crew Brownies Lemonade, BNL for short, doubled down on chaos. Secret lineups, last-minute addresses, pop-ups in spots that felt wrong in the best way. Rebellion made the music feel alive again. Cali was already buzzing online, mainly for his Shambhala 2015 set. Then his US debut at BNL's Double Cross became proof that their stage could break international talent. In 2019, Baauer and Party Favor went back-to-back at BNL's Block Party in LA, a loud reminder that Trap Energy still owned packed rooms. Soon after, even these OGs explored other lanes.
I mean, yes and no. I feel like people, it's like this weird double-edged sword and this dichotomy where people, their music taste within electronic music is so much more vast than it's ever been. Back in the day, in 2008, 2009, you could pretty much say that there was a set EDM culture and maybe some subcultures in America, but now it's there's 5 different types of house.
Trap moved to the side, but the pool never left. And that's the point. For BNL, these weren't just bookings. These were case studies. Proof that online hype could be turned into bodies on the floor. Proof that OGs still trusted their rooms when festivals didn't. And by the time ISOxo and Knock2 showed up, the blueprint was already laid. The result wasn't trap nostalgia. It was the release of what was being built up. Two names are about to fuse that blueprint into something you couldn't ignore. They didn't start with an album rollout. They started as kids at the San Diego County Fair. ISOxo signed up for an EDM night, and Knock2 played the same stage. 2 teenagers, first real shot, and then they left trading tracks.
He would come over every week, and we would just literally make music in my bedroom.
Early on, R.L. Grime's Sable Valley became a launchpad. ISOxo's Night Realm EP and the duo's first collabs landed there on the Sable stages.
I've been kind of just going with the flow and just been super grateful to, have the opportunities to tour and, play these shows because of that record. That record gave me a lot of opportunities outside of, where I'm from to, really do this shit. So I'm really grateful. And
then they took trap back to where it lives. Low-key, if you know parties. New York at the Box Truck, a BNL pop-up with ISOxo, pull up, unload, play. Social clips flew, and FOMO did the rest. BNL kept running the play with secret drops, like the sold-out Under the Bridge Brooklyn show, so the internet just had to chase being in their rooms. On the record side, 88 Rising stepped in and scaled it. ISOxo's debut album Kids Gone Mad arrived on their label, while Knock2's releases and festival slots within their ecosystem broadened the audience beyond the core trap crowd. By 2024, trap was back on the biggest billboards. Ultra Miami booked R.L. Grime back-to-back Knock2, a headline-level nod for the subgenre. Even the industry press caught up. Grammy.com called ISOxo and Knock2's rise a reinvigoration of the trap genre, and highlighted their impact as 2 of dance music's most successful new Asian acts. Now that's how the faces of the revival formed. Build it in the dark, let everyone else find the light. Which raises a bigger question. If trap is back, is it here to stay this time? Here's why it hits now. Pop-ups, box trucks, and small DIY rooms. No lasers, just a loud PA. Phones up, TikTok clips fly. FOMO hits, then boom, lines are on the block. Fans basically did the A&R here. RL, Grime, and Skrillex started it with ISOKNOCK. Then the bookings followed on the big stages. Frost Top, Remk, Viperactive, Sport Mode. And the trap OGs felt it too. Alison Wonderland called it her trap era again, while Dylan Ragland, aka Party Favor, aka half of Side Piece, quietly reappeared in the credits, co-writing tracks that proved that sound never left. When the sound came back, so did the people who helped shape it. We've been tracking this wave with Hollowdeck Collective, curating Spotify playlists for the next round of bass and trap, plus artists we got our eye on. Hear it early on Spotify. More at Hollowdeck Collective. Now here's where you take notes. Build community first. IDs lead, releases follow. You play it live, and then when the comments won't stop saying drop this, you release it. Creating one undeniable moment is way better than 10 random posts. You let the crowd call the shot. Build scenes, not just sets. Building trust is so much better than trying to just follow trends. You leave one heartbeat of silence, then hit. Follow these rules long enough, and the middle moves. Not a trap comeback, but a trap rebuild. Unconventional pop-ups made the moments, clips made the proof, then cosigns opened the gates. First-timers, day ones, kids seeing themselves on the platform. You guys pushed it to the center. Trap proved a scene can vanish after the hype and come back way stronger. If community beats the algorithm, what happens when the rest of dance music starts playing by these rules?